Hello, and welcome to this video on beginner ESL pronunciation mistakes. Now, if you're watching this video, if you can understand what I'm saying, you're probably not a beginning ESL student. But the reason I decided to call the video beginning ESL pronunciation mistakes is because people often learn these mistakes when they are beginners, but then they continue to make them even after they get much better. So let's take a look at what we've got here. I'll put the word up, I'll give you a chance to look at it and to think how you would say it, and then I'll tell you the mistakes that people usually make. Here's the first word. You say that either in your head or out loud. There's the IPA. Now, what do you notice about the IPA? I'll be a little bit more specific. How many syllables are there? Yeah, 2. And I understand why, because when you look at it, it looks like there should be more. The mistake that people make is they say chocolate, but native speakers pronounce this chocolate with only 2 syllables. She always has a chocolate ice cream cone on hot days. Next. Same thing. How would you say this word? There's the IPA. It's the exact same idea, except this time people say 4 syllables or more instead of 3. Native speakers pronounce this comfortable, comfortable, instead of comfortable, like learners sometimes do. Sit down and make yourself comfortable. Exact same thing here again. How many syllables should there be? Now there should be 3, not 4. Vegetable. My kids love eating their vegetables, which is actually true, by the way. I know, I'm a great dad. Actually, it's mostly their mother. But anyway, let's get back to work. Again, I know why people make this, but too many syllables. This word, even though it's long, is only 1 syllable. Clothes. Clothes. Now there's actually 2 mistakes that people make with this. They either add an extra syllable, clothes. The second mistake that people make is the TH. What they do is they de-voice it, and they say cloths, but it's not, it's clothes. So th. So both the TH and the S are voiced. Clothes. I have trouble throwing out old clothes. I really do. I have t-shirts from when I was in high school. There's a lot more of me now than there used to be in high school, but I don't know. I can't bring myself to throw them out. I hope eventually, if I leave them in the closet long enough, maybe they will stretch out. It could happen. And again, I know why people do this. When we do this, we are typing on a typewriter, but this word, the Y, has a different sound. Typical. It's not typical, but typical. So typical is another word for kind of normal, nothing special. It was a typical Sunday. So it was just a normal Sunday. This word, I heard people have a lot of problems when I was living in Germany. Again, it's a problem with the vowel. The pronunciation that I heard was butcher, but actually it's a much rounder sound, butcher, butcher. Would you rather live beside a butcher or a baker? And of course the right answer is right between them. A butcher on this side of my house and a baker on that side, I would be very, very happy. Next, a word that we see often early in our journey learning English. I hear all kinds of problems here, and I understand why. Recipe, recipe. That E is very strong in this word. Recipe, recipe. So I actually say that as though it's the name of the letter, recipe. Sun, sand, and good friends are the recipe for fun in the summer. Okay, so normally we use this word recipe for instructions for when we're cooking, but we can use it in different ways as well. So the way I've used it here is completely normal and completely acceptable, completely typical. Okay, next we have a problem with the vowels here again. Cooperate, no. We actually get two sounds out of those two O's. Cooperate, cooperate. Siblings sometimes find it hard to cooperate. Next, this is a problem because of the spelling, I think. People aren't sure what to do with the E and the I in the middle there. Weird. Weird. The spelling of awkward is kind of weird. A-W-K-W. It looks kind of awkward, looks kind of weird. This next one is interesting because even native speakers don't all agree, but most of us do. There's a silent letter here. You will hear some people say half, not very many, and it's not standard, at least not where I live. Half, half. I'll meet you at 9:30. Okay, now what about this one? Can you say this word? I'm thinking most of you are probably thinking, oh yeah, no problem, this is easy, photograph. Good, I'm glad you think that, but this isn't the word I want to show you. Because you're right, this is easy. Here's the part that isn't. This is actually the word. How do you say that word? Well, that's easy. All I do is I add that sound. Photographer. No, that's not it, and that's why this is tricky, and that's why this is a problem. When we add the ER, the stress gets pulled, gets shifted towards the end of the word. Okay? So, photograph, but the person who does it is a photographer. Now take a look at those vowels. They're all different. They're all different. So, the next time you see this word, don't look at the word as it's written on the page. Just close your eyes and remember these sounds. Photographer. Photographer. Okay? That photographer takes amazing photographs. I've been trying for about 20 years to teach people how to say this word. Some have managed to do it, not very many. If you think you've got this right, photographer, congratulations, because not very many people can. I think this is a good place to leave off. The next video I'm going to make is about more advanced pronunciation problems. I think this one is kind of a good bridge because by the time you're having trouble with this word or you're working on this word, photographer, you're definitely not a beginner anymore. But I'm going to end here, and then my next video is going to be about pronunciation problems for people who are a little bit more advanced. So tell me, what words do you have trouble with? Right? Sometimes we just know. I know when I was learning German, there were some words and some sounds that I knew I wasn't getting right. So what do you have trouble with in English? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe and notify.